Hello there, everybody. Welcome to Awesome Acknowledged. Before I introduce today's unbelievably talented guest, I just want to say that the show originally had a different name, but I found a name that I liked a little bit better, and I changed the name of the channel, so I should have just done an update video to all my 6 subscribers, gotta... But anyways, more importantly, today's guest is one of the most talented people I know. Everyone meet the legendary Mariah Ghant.
Hi.
It's Mariah.
You're too nice.
Oh, thank you for coming. First off, I want to say thank you so much, Mariah, for being on the show. Third guest ever. For a little background, Mariah and I, we went to high school together, did lots of school activities together, improv. There was like a school dancing with the stars thing. Mariah was my trainer for that. And after high school, Mariah attended Vassar College. I did probably pronounce that wrong. Vassar.
Yeah.
Talking to Vassar. And she has just partook in so many awesome productions. And currently doing so many more awesome productions, and so we're going to talk a little bit about that today. How are we doing today, Mariah?
I'm doing great. I'm super glad to be here.
Anyways, so the first question: most recently, you performed in Shakespeare Revisionist History, which, according to the Facebook page, it says for the event, tackling all of the history plays in a single devised piece, the Shakespeare All-Stars proudly present Shakespeare's revisionist history. In an age where political factions create rifts, immigration and human rights are in question, and fake news mixes with the real, what do we have to learn from Shakespeare's history and the political factions of centuries ago? And there's a little bit more, but we talked a little bit about the show through text message, but can you tell us a little bit more about the production and what it consisted of and the role you had?
Yeah. So Shakespeare Revisionist History was put on by the Shakespeare All-Stars, which is a theater company that I work with in the city now. And so this was a devised piece. They do 2 shows a year, like one in the fall and one in the spring. And this one, they decided to make it a devised piece. So that kind of means every single person on the project, all the actors, we had a director and then a musical director as well. We all kind of worked together to figure out exactly what story we wanted to tell. So they had the idea of the Shakespeare Revisionist histories in their mind, so they wanted to take the history plays and do something different with them. So that's what we did, and we incorporate a lot of music, dance, of course Shakespeare's text, but also modern day as well. And yeah, each one of us focused on like 1 or 2 plays and then one character from one of those Shakespeare plays, and then we were able to kind of like make our own character from there too.
Oh, that's so cool. Kind of mixing, you said modern with the with Shakespeare did. Yeah. And which character and play did you kind of specialize in?
So I focused mostly on Henry the Fourth, which is about Henry Bolingbroke, who was one of the many, many kings named Henry in Shakespeare's plays. And so I used that character to kind of make my own character. Her name was Cordelia, but everybody called her Corey for short.
That's so cool. Like, you got to create your own character and kind of make it personal to yourself.
Yeah, it was really cool.
Anyways, also, so you kind of, I know you said you refer your character specifically, but how many Shakespeare shows did the play reference itself? Was it pretty much all of them?
It was all of Shakespeare's history plays. So that's 10 of his plays, and he wrote them in this thing called a tetralogy. So there's like, okay, I wrote it down too because I forget all the time. So Richard II happened first. And then there's 4 in the first tetralogy, which is Henry the Fourth, Part 1 and Part 2. Okay, I already goofed. So the first one out of the tetralogies is King John. Then it's Henry the Fourth. No, then it's Richard II. Then it's Henry the Fourth, Part 1 and Part 2, and Henry the Fifth. Then the second tetralogy starts, and it's Henry the Sixth, Part 1, 2, and 3, and then Richard III. And then out of the tetralogy, the last one is Henry VIII. So we focus on all 10 of those, and there's 10 of us in the cast, so each one of us kind of looked at a play.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah.
That's a really neat way to do a play. That's such a cool idea.
Yeah, it was really
each
fun.
person has their own little character to study.
And then we all came back together and made one thing.
It's like the Avengers coming together.
It is just like the Avengers. Wow.
Also, something I'm curious about in regards to acting as this character, it can be seen, Shakespeare performances definitely have that style to them, the
It's such a hard word.
Soliloquies.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mariah. The language, the costumes, and what is, so how, like, because I know you said you renamed your character, but, like, how much of, like, that traditional Shakespearean style did you incorporate?
Yeah, so we did a lot of going back and forth between the classical text itself, but we also created an entire storyline based in almost a kind of futuristic dystopian thing. So it's supposed to be kind of an effect of like what might happen in the next 5-10 years. So we had this modern day cast, and we were also playing characters from the classical text. So we would do scenes and things from those earlier texts that we thought helped inform the characters that we made in present day.
Oh, awesome.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, oh, totally.
Yeah.
Very well said.
Yeah.
Combining the past, the present, the future.
Yeah. So we didn't use costumes too much. So pretty much the only classical costume we used was like a crown. But then other than that, I would say the text and some of the music was like what inspired us the most.
Oh, wow. This is such a cool way to kind of create a play.
Yeah, it was fun.
And I definitely know, I should know more about this because you probably told me about this a long time ago and I don't remember, but for the viewers, for the 6 subscribers, what were some of the productions you performed in college? You can just list some of them or some of the, whatever one's your favorite or all of them.
So I was in this theater ensemble called Woodshed for all 4 years of school, and we were kind of a devised group too. So we would make our own pieces every now and then, or we would take texts that already existed and adapt them and make them into our own thing. So we did a version of Or What You Will, which is one of Shakespeare's plays. We did that and made it our own thing. We also did this play called Big Love by Charles Meade, which was like one of my favorite shows I ever did with them. I also did another devised piece with a friend called Lacune, which was just about focusing on different texts that dealt with like being a Black person, especially like right now in this climate. It was really great. We got to do a lot of movement pieces and music. And then I also did some light designing for different shows. So I got to light design for another devised musical on campus. I don't know what my favorite show was that I did though.
You know, like you said, you just did so many awesome shows.
Yeah, I just did a lot of different things.
You did so many different things, so many different types of theater. That's so cool.
Yeah.
And kind of going off, I always kind of said earlier how we went to high school together, obviously, and did improv. Mariah made the all-state improv troupe for so well deserved. And I want to just, how would you say your career in improv kind of shaped your future with different plays and productions?
I think doing improv kind of allowed me to be silly and like learn how to be silly on stage. And I don't think I had really done that too much before when we were like, I thought I just wanted to be a serious actor. So I think improv just taught me how to have fun, and like there's more to performing than just doing dramatic monologues and stuff. So it's really inspired me to like want to keep doing comedy and even classical comedy, which not a lot of people think of, I think, when they think of.
Oh, perfectly said. And also, you probably, like, I forget what it is, but I think they said, like, it's so easy to turn comedy into, like, a different genre. Like, it's just, like, so it's just so good to know comedy.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. Exactly. That's really true. That's really good thought.
Thanks, Mariah.
Really smart, you guys.
Oh, I don't know about that. Okay, so these questions are more on the general side, but definitely, I wanted to ask you that because they're just about awesome theater-related things. If you could act in any play or musical ever made through history, what one would you want to be in?
Okay, I wrote these down because I had to think. Oh, anybody who knows me and like knows how much I love theater, there's this play called Noise is Off, and it's this big farcical comedy, and it's about like just people opening doors and closing doors, and they're trying to put on a play, but everything in the play is going terribly wrong, and they're trying to like rehearse for it, and it shows them, I think, like rehearsing for it, doing a dress rehearsal and doing an actual show, and it's like this big huge like house stage, and it turns around in the different acts. So I've always wanted to do that show. I tried to get Mrs. Goffner to do it so many times in high school.
It's like a play within a play?
Yeah, it's about a play happening in a play, and it's so funny because they can't do anything right. It's hysterical. Oh, and I also really want to do Macbeth.
Oh, I'm tying with the Shakespeare.
Yeah.
What you did earlier.
That's like one of my favorite Shakespeare plays, and I would love to play Lady M. I would love to.
Oh, fun fact about that movie. Frankie and I, we started it. They watched the first 5 minutes, but we had to go somewhere else for some reason. So we have to finish it. So Frankie, if you're watching this, and people don't know.
What are you doing, Frankie?
Frankie.
What are you doing?
So we kind of, great. I love the play within play. Macbeth, great choices.
Yes.
If you could direct any play, would it be similar in those choices or something different?
different because I love musical theater and I've always wanted to direct because I also dance and I teach dance too.
You know all the elements of it. I think you'd be a great director.
I know nothing about music, but I would definitely need a musical director. If you're out there, hit me up. But I would love to direct a chorus line. Oh my god.
Is that just like, I hope I get it?
Yes! Ed is one of my favorite musicals of all time. I would love to direct that. And then there's also a play called August Osage County, which Meryl Streep, like, they made a movie version of it.
Awesome.
And Meryl Streep was in it, and it is, like, one of my favorite plays to read. I would love to do that. And then one more, there's this play called An Octoroon, which is this, like, new devised piece by Brandon Jacob Jenkins. If you haven't seen it or read it, watch it, read it. It's great. I would love to direct that one.
Definitely. I haven't heard. I definitely gotta look that one up. So kind of, great choice for directing. Like, I would love to see. I hope one day you get to direct those productions. So, anyways, in general, just kind of what advice would you have for any aspiring people or anyone who's aspiring to be in the theater, the realm of theater? I could have worded that better.
No, just like have faith in yourself. I guess believe that if you can do it, you can, and I think it's really important to learn how to be flexible when, like, you want to be a performer. I think a lot of people hold themselves to a really strict standard when they're trying to get started, and they try to make a lot of, like, really high and lofty goals that they are really hard to achieve. But when you're getting started, you have to just be flexible and know that it's not that easy. Like, sometimes things are not going to go the way that you want them to go, and you have to be ready to say, okay, I'm going to try something else.
Well, it's inspirational. Like, I'm moved by that. Like you said, because you have to take every opportunity you can get, and when you get knocked down, you get back up again.
Yeah, I get knocked down.
That's a great song too.
Right.
I think it was in middle school. I was trying to think what that song was, and then I didn't know Shazam was a thing at the time, or the other. And I was trying so hard to find out that song, but I found it out eventually.
Good.
Random story. So anyways, so something Mariah and I, we love to do is talk about SNL. We usually, text or Snapchat during it, and it's awesome.
We do all the time.
Yeah, and when you host SNL, I'm like, when you do it, because it's gonna happen. Who would be your dream pick for musical guests? And are there any skits or SNL people you want to do a skit with?
Oh, I didn't think of this question. Okay, dream musical guest. I'm a big Mac Miller fan.
Perfect.
I think Mac would be, and he'd also be pretty cool because I know he's super goofy, so I think he'd be cool
he could be in the
sketches.
Skits. He could be like in the thing.
So maybe Mac and scenes that I would like, sketches that I would love to do. One of my favorite ones is like during the the Halloween sketches that they used to do. They would always do that like black and white one. I think it was supposed to be like a Vincent Price Halloween special.
Oh yeah.
And John Hamm would always do it, and it would be super weird. And Kristen Wiig would always come on, and she'd be like, I don't know what actress she would always impersonate, but she would always have this face on.
Great.
Yeah, I would love to do like a Halloween episode. That would be super fun.
All right, so it'd be the October episode of SNL. Mariah, it's just gonna be on there with Mac Miller.
Yeah.
The
dream team, right?
And now this last question is totally unrelated to anything at all, and it's totally random. But it's like
let's hear it.
Like, this is a question that I want to be like the segment on this show.
Yeah.
And I've done it with Taylor when I had him on. Me and Britt discussed it. Yeah. And so basically, my favorite.
Also, what's up, Britt? Miss you.
Doing awesome paintings.
Yeah.
Check those out. You can video before this. Another video plug.
Yeah.
And also check out any Mariah show she's in too. Another plug. She's on here. But anyways, blue jays are my favorite kind of bird in the whole world. I love them. They're so cool. And one of my life goals is to photograph one, like a really good photograph. What's your advice for that? Okay.
I remember. You know what? I'm just gonna say this: go out to a really nice big park. Maybe what's that big park in New York?
Go to Central Park.
Yeah,
that'd be a great background too.
Go to Central Park. Yeah. Take a video camera and just throw them out there. I don't know if blue jays are native to that area, but you know what? I say try it.
Our resident bird fact checker, Jeremy Gentry.
Where is he?
Where's Jeremy? He'll get back to us. All right, Central, and I can also go see a show after. So perfect mix. See a blue jay, and go see a show.
Yeah.
I want to go see the. I think Michael Cera and Chris Evans are in Lobby Hero, and I want to see that so bad, just because two awesome people.
It would be so good together. I feel like I want to see that, man.
Yeah, I hope. Yeah, I don't know how much longer it's going on, but maybe hopefully they bring it back together. All right. Anyways, thank you, Mariah, so much. It was so awesome talking Shakespeare and your awesome productions at Vassar.
It's okay. No one says it right unless you go there.
Talking soliloquies and improv and Macbeth and the Play Within a Play. So many awesome. August, Osage County. Awesome time, Mariah. Thank you for being on the show. And like I said, you'll definitely see Mariah's name in the Tony Awards and all that awesome stuff.
All that stuff. Check out my website, mariahghant.com.
Yes.
Joey will link it.
Oh, it's going to be linked right below in the video description. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for watching. Have an awesome day.